Thank you very much.
Yeah, let's look at Kano State protest today. The two parties, APC and NNPP. What do you think?
Well, you see, Kano State happens to be one of the political headquarters in Nigeria. Because if you have been following Nigerian politics over the years, you understand that Kano is a very, very pivotal state in Nigerian politics. And for any president, he would always want to have Kano State under his watch, under his affairs. And we can see what is going on, especially in the jurisprudence of this Kano's petition. The judiciary, the Court of Appeal, said that they made a clerical error, but I beg to differ, because how could you make such a drastic and horrendous mistake, whereby you mentioned APC was fine. There are so many things that were glaring that these things couldn't have been error. And also, I want to also believe that this could have been a tactic deployed by the NNPP genius called Wale Onanipeku. Don't be surprised that this could have been a scheme, because Wale Onanipeku has been known to be a man who has perfected the idea to win election petition in Nigeria. This could have been very possible that NNPP got their way into the clerical office of the jurisprudence, and they ensure that they make a mistake, so that they can create a chaos, so that they can ride over the sentiments of people. And the Supreme Court of Appeal is not an ordinary court; it's a court of policy maker, and so all these things are very, very dicey. But I just want to urge my Kano people: shoot your sword, don't kill yourself because of politicians. Look at the current governor of Kano State. The greatest achievement he has had is he went into forceful marriage, whereby I think he married about 2,500 couples. It's an achievement. When the school is underfed, the school has a poor state of educational sector. Look at the primary health sector; is in their state, but he's out there spending millions on 2,500 people to be forcefully married. So
you're calling it forceful marriage?
Yes, that's what they call it in Hausa. They call it Aurandole, because a woman who has been long overdue and she has not gotten married, her parents will go and hand her over to the government, and a man who is to have been married, but because of whatever reasons, they bring all of them to the government and then they match them together. You understand? So this is
without their consent.
It's their consent, by the way, but it is not, because they will say that, well, let us go into the marriage since we have collected this money from the government. And this this has been a tradition that started under Kwankwaso. You understand?
If NNPP is going to bring up that plot, to what end?
To retain power, of course.
NNPP?
Yes.
Are you saying they did that so as to retain power?
Let me tell you, in Nigeria, anything is possible. Everybody, what do you think everybody was shouting? Beavers machine, Beavers machine. We all knew that Beavers machine couldn't have been just ordinary glitch. But of course, we would either decide to say that it was a glitch, and some people would decide that no, this was done intentionally. Alright, so that error is so expensive, my brother. So I can try to say that this could have been a plot by the NNPP, legal department. Whereby because listen, Wale Onanipeku is a very powerful man when it comes to election petition, and this is a man who is an evil genius. You understand that we are taking this thing to the Supreme Court? Look at what happened in the instance of the president. Look at what happened in the instance of the president. You think if there was an issue that favored Obi and Atiku, there would have been an issue of riots whereby people would have died. The Supreme Court would not have choice and not say that let us allow this thing to go. Let us leave it for these guys, so that we will not put the country to a state of what? Anarchy. Are you with me? So Nigeria as a whole, anything goes just to retain power, and I would be surprised if this was a scheme plotted and deployed by NNPP.
Let's look at Wike Fubara issue. I think the crisis is still lingering on in the state.
Yesterday I saw a video when Wike was still very robust. I think in early 2015. Wike was saying that Amechi wants to lord over Rivers State, and God forbid to Godfatherism. You can see how the table turns so quickly. Now Fubara also has said to Wike, Oga, there's no God for that reason. Because Wike is overbearing. As a matter of fact, I heard an information that Wike has told Fubara not to sign any bill above 1 billion without his consent. Who does that? Everybody has always faulted Asiwaju for being a godfather, but Asiwaju was never that overbearing.
Yeah.
Asiwaju was never overbearing, and nobody can prove to us that was overbearing. Wike wanted to do the same thing probably Asiwaju did, but he went to the extreme. How could you tell a sitting governor not to for any bill he wants to sign, for any expenses above 1 billion, he must seek for his own what? For his approval. Are you the governor? As a matter of fact, you started threatening the governor. But I don't see Fubara as someone who has the tenacity, who has the charisma to even, outwit Wike in Rivers State. I want to challenge Fubara. I don't see him to have that charisma. I don't think Fubara has the capacity to fight his way through. Because Wike is deadly. Wike will make Rivers State to become ungovernable for him. That's the truth. But I just want to see Fubara man up and fight Wike tooth and nail. Because if he doesn't, if he tries to dilly-dally, if he tries to romance Wike, if he keeps romancing Wike's ego, and he keeps Wike to remain relevant, my brother. Because yesterday, you know what is happening in Rivers State? APC has relaunched their campaign, and they are now sending, warnings. There are threats that they are going to remove Fubara come 2027. And this is being pushed by who? By Wike. The chairman of PDP has been assigned as the chairman of Rampark.
Yes.
And he has resigned as the chairman of PDP. These are loyalists to Wike. So you must understand that Wike is pressing the button, and this is right before Fubara's eyes. So Fubara has to just understand that, this Wike guy, if I'm going to destroy my enemy, let me destroy him in totality. Because if he tries to be diplomatic with Wike has made up his mind. He has taken Fubara as an enemy. So even if he laughs with him, he has a knife behind to stop Fubara. So Fubara must see to this, and he must ensure that he destroys Wike's political relevance in Rivers State. Otherwise, I'm sorry, and the German might never arise again in Rivers State, because this is the first time and the German will rule in Rivers. And if he doesn't succeed, to destroy Wike's relevance, I'm telling you, going to the 27, Wike would assume that post of that godfather in Rivers State.
Okay, let's look at the heat is on the presidency. But we have the National Assembly, and with all the policies that is going on, they are supposed to be the people that will champion some things for Nigerians, but they are not. What is happening?
Let me tell you, Nigerians, we like to jump the gun. In every system, there's what we call level of information. There's a chain of commands. There's a chain of complaints and the likes. We, the citizens, we are supposed to take all our grievances to the National Assembly even before the president. We do most of the time, we jump and then we overlook the National Assemblies. We don't call them out. You could see what happened just how many months ago when they said they wanted to buy their 160 million. We just a little bit pressure. We saw how they were all, they were timid. Let me tell you, the National Assembly are the most timid, let me call it, arm of government. Because they don't like to be spotlighted. They don't want it. They do not want it. So this is why they try as much as possible to be silent. They rob us in silence. That's what they do. They deny us of our democratic dividends in silence. So they are always happy when we push all the blame to the president. We, the people, you and I, we need to start seeing those legislators as the real quagmire. They are the clog, they are the spanner in the wheel of progress for Nigeria. Because listen, and this is why I used to say that we don't have a brilliant labor union president. No, we don't. Listen, if we have, this person will understand that all these policies, look at the presidential CNG initiative, look at all these schemes, look at this food security emergency that the president declared. All these things, the labor union are supposed to be a part of the implementation committee. And labor union are supposed to have a representative the Senate House. In some plenaries, the labor unions are supposed to say that invite us. As a matter of fact, the labor unions and any other pressure groups, all right, they are supposed to be calling out the Senate. Look at Sarah. Look at Sarah, for example. Sarah will always go out there and sue the president now and ever. Nothing comes out of it. The Sarah doesn't even talk about the senators. You can see the senators are saying that they want to push a bill that will ban over 48 items so that they can push for what? Local production. Is that not it's ironical now? And that is an hypocrisy at the highest level. Until we the Nigerians start holding the resolution. Okay, you the senators, what are the made in Nigerian goods you are using? Your shoe, is your shoe made in Nigeria? We know when, look at this man when he was a senator. What's his name? Dino Milaye. Dino Milaye wore the most expensive shirt ever. You see Dino Milaye wearing Gucci. But nobody ever called Dino Milaye out. We need to start holding our National Assembly because they are the ones that will stimulate the president to do the right thing. In every progressive democracy in Africa, yeah, in Kenya, in Ghana, we saw and we see how the legislative arm are always up and doing against the president. In the House of Assembly, there shouldn't be one party system. But this is what we have in Nigeria today. You hear an Akpabio saying that as long as you are here, you are not for LP, you are not, as if you are here, you are in Nigerian Senate, so all of us must face one direction. That is scam. There must be disparity. That is why we have a bipolar, a bicameral. There has to be one opposition. A legislative arm of government must be radical. It is dangerous when your legislative arm of government is not radical. It is dangerous. They will become the biggest cabal. And as of today, our senators and our federal reps of assembly, representatives are the cabals. Because if you look at all the sectors, they are there.
Yeah.
They own everything. They are always the committee head. Look at the minister of the committee head on works, committee head on gas, committee head on power. They are look at minister of power. He's not doing anything. Ordinarily, the senator should have summoned him. The senator should have summoned. They should have summoned the minister of agriculture. Our president declared food security, emergency of food security. What are the plans? What have you done? So lucky. Look at the way they called the security chiefs. They should be calling the ministers already. Okay, what have you done? They are supposed to be sending that signal to the president. Sir, this person doesn't seem to be up and doing. We recommend that in the next few weeks, if he doesn't show any significant, action, sack him. That is a democracy, and that is how democracy works. But in Nigeria today, we can see that all the National Assembly are against the public. Nobody has complained that the National Assembly election was rigged. Everybody complained about the president. We saw that Bivas work for the what? All our senators and what? And about everyone. Look at what we voted for. All right? Nobody can say that any of the senators rigged this way in. Nobody. But they are the one not being effective. So we must understand that our challenge is in that National Assembly. So we must call them out. We must hold them by their scrotum. We shouldn't allow them to rest. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you for your contribution. But this will not hurt though.
This weekend is very fun. I won't run against he's a madman. Do you know what I will survive? One of God. You know what will happen? Even an hour. Who? Weekend.
What I said, doing on now. What I doing on now. What I doing on media this thing now. They sing for them. As they sing for weekend.
As governor, they sing for as governor. Wọ́n kárí umbrella kò jẹ́ sí ìjà náà. Bàbá àrí umbrella yẹn gbé.
Ìtàgbé yẹn sí ọlọ́ọ̀kì tèmi náà. Ẹ̀rí mọ̀ pé mi gbé mo kàn ń wá ọ̀nà. Èyí tèmi àti ti ibi tó gbé sí mi báyìí. Èyí tiẹ̀
Abakunle.
Ṣé kí ni ẹ̀yà àti ìyá ọjà tó ń bá?
Kúlẹ̀ kò kà lọ́rọ̀ tẹ̀lé. That just set a goal line of Zambia.
Ọgbọ́n wò ní ìkúnlẹ̀ ọlọ́mọ.